Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to be speaking to Brian Commaroto-Roverini about Italian and a career in the Foreign Service. Brian received his Master of Science in Economics from the Bocconi Milan and graduated from Brown University with dual degrees in International Economics and Italian Studies. He began his career in Foreign Affairs in 2010 at the U.S. Embassy in Mauritania, where he helped lead efforts to promote democracy and human rights. In 2013, he worked in La Paz, Bolivia, where he managed visa processing and American Citizen Services, in addition to consular operations at two regional capitals. From 2015 to 2019, he was stationed in Rome, Italy, where he advised embassy leadership on national security issues, strengthened U.S.-Italian defense cooperation, and served as a 2015-2016 Transatlantic Diplomatic Fellow. Brian currently serves as the State Department's lead economist responsible for preventing and resolving financial crises in the Western Hemisphere. Benvenuto, Brian. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hillary, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate this.
I'm so excited about this interview because foreign affairs is an area that I think is extremely appealing to a lot of people. So my first question to you is, how did you become interested in learning Italian?
I decided to start learning Italian as an undergrad after studying French in middle school. Continuing to study a foreign language was really important to me because I wanted to become proficient, fluent if possible. I was already thinking about an international career. My paternal great-grandparents, they emigrated from Italy. So growing up, I had a strong cultural connection to my Italian heritage, but unfortunately, I couldn't speak a word of Italian. So I really wanted to learn the language to learn more about my family history. And when I found out my college offered study abroad in Italy, I resolved to speak Italian as well as I could before participating in the program because I wanted to get the most out of such an incredible opportunity. So the effort I put in as an undergrad and exchange student helped me speak and read Italian to the point where then I could go to the Italian language program for my graduate degree at the Università Bocconi in Milan and take courses in Italian. So that was fantastic.
So tell me a little bit about your personal journey that eventually landed you with a career in foreign affairs at the State Department.
I strongly encourage students to spend some time abroad because the challenge and thrill of immersing yourself in a new environment really expands your perspective. After I interned at the U.S. consulate in Milan, I knew I wanted to join the Foreign Service, but it took me a few steps to get there first. I worked in financial planning and analysis at a U.S. airline in New York City. My background is in economics. That's one of the 5 Foreign Service career tracks that we have for generalists or Foreign Service officers. The State Department also has 19 Foreign Service career tracks for specialists. So all that information is on careers.state.gov, our website. While I was working in the private sector, I applied for a career with the Foreign Service, and I was looking for an opportunity to contribute to something greater than myself. So a career with the Foreign Service, it's unlike any other. I mean, it's an opportunity to experience other cultures as you represent America to the world. There's variety, there's challenge, a real sense of meaning in this type of work. And, I found that in my service as well.
If I'm a student and I'm interested in international business or economics, what can I expect from a career in foreign affairs?
That's a great question. I can talk about what the State Department does. So we create global opportunities for Americans. We support American citizens abroad. We promote democracy and foster stability around the world. We help make the world a better place. We save lives and protect the environment. We promote human dignity. We serve America. I've seen that in my 11 years of service across 4 continents. I can talk a little about myself, my career. I started in Mauritania, leading Embassy Nouakchot's efforts to promote democratization, protect human rights, partner with Mauritania on countering terrorist threats. Next, I served in Bolivia, where I supported American citizens and delivered consular services. After that, I contributed to ever greater, ever stronger transatlantic relations and U.S.-Italian defense cooperation at the embassy in Rome. So I currently serve as the State Department's economist responsible for preventing and resolving financial crises in the Western Hemisphere.
When you were first interested in seeking out a career in foreign affairs, was the fact that you spoke Italian beneficial to you? And if so, what proficiency level is required by the State Department?
Speaking Italian helped my career in 2 ways. First, I was able to take advantage of hiring incentives for language speakers when I joined the department. More importantly, my proficiency in Italian allowed me to serve as a transatlantic diplomatic fellow at the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, followed by 3 years at the U.S. Embassy in Rome. And I mean, this was the posting of a lifetime. I was able to accomplish more professionally and enjoy living in Italy so much more because I could communicate with friends and colleagues directly in Italian, no translation or interpretation required. So I do want to add though, foreign language skills are not required to be hired as a generalist or a specialist. The Foreign Service has a variety of career paths. We need US citizens with all kinds of skills and backgrounds. We'll train you in the languages you need. And as I mentioned though, there are maybe hiring incentives available for those who do speak a language already.
Can you talk a little bit more about your undergraduate work and what you majored in or what you minored in?
I started with a major in economics. As I mentioned, my background's in economics, but all my classes, political science, sociology, literature, they were in Italian, in the Italian language when I studied abroad at the University of Bologna in Italy for my junior year. So when I came back with a passion for Italian literature and I had the skills at that point to read Italian works in the original. I was fortunate my university offered intensive courses in Dante's Divine Comedy. So I ended up with enough credits to graduate with a double major in Italian and economics. And I enjoyed learning so much, with the tight community of Italian lovers. And I decided to walk with the Italian department at graduation. My study of Italian, it didn't end with my degree though. It's a passion I continue to cultivate. I mean, reading a book in Italian, watching a movie, listening to music, or talking to my friends in Italian are all things that I still do today and love to and enjoy.
If I'm an undergraduate or even say a graduate degree student and I'm interested in working for the State Department, are there any internships available to me?
Yes, there are multiple internship and fellowship programs available. So there are unpaid and paid undergraduate and graduate internships, including the virtual student federal service internship. Fellowship programs include the Wrangell and Pickering Fellowship, and there's also the Foreign Affairs IT Fellowship. But more information on these and other programs is available, like I said, at our website, careers.state.gov. The State Department recruits smart, diverse, adventurous, adaptable individuals who seek a unique and meaningful global career. So for the students watching this, I would say if this sounds like you, I encourage you to apply.
You've sold me. So now that I've graduated and I want to have a career at the State Department, what should I do?
I would say, diplomacy has never been more important today. President Biden has said diplomacy is at the heart of US foreign policy. It's a great time to apply to join our ranks and make a difference in the world. For all positions, like I said, we seek diverse candidates with strong attributes, character, leadership, good judgment, integrity. We call these dimensions. You can see how we define them on our website, careers.state.gov again. I would say familiarize yourself with them. Look for ways to start expanding your skills now. Our process is comprehensive. Not only do we take the time to really assess each candidate's readiness to serve, we also conduct thorough medical and security clearances. It's an investment of your time and ours, and it's designed to ensure that our newly hired diplomats are best positioned for success. The process is straightforward, though, easy to access. You can learn more, like I said, our website, careers.state.gov. We also have 16 diplomats in residence around the United States. We're happy to assist people in their regions as they seek employment at the U.S. Department of State. You can connect with them on our website. And all of the diplomats in residence are active on Facebook. Many of their pages feature useful videos and postings about department careers.
Other than the State Department, are there other governmental agencies where a foreign language, and maybe more specifically Italian, would be beneficial to them?
Learning a foreign language changed my life immeasurably. I would not be here speaking with you today if I had not decided to study Italian. I have many colleagues in the State Department and across the federal government who could share similar stories. They'll agree with me that the benefits of language study, they're more than just learning to speak and read a new language. I mean, you have an inside track to experience another culture. You're constantly testing yourself to get better, the daily challenge of trying to learn one more word, understand one more proverb, and speak just a little more fluently. I would note, as I said before, foreign language skills they're not required for a career in the Foreign Service. But I would close with a quote from Secretary Blinken on that, why he has made diversity and inclusion a major priority. Quote, I strongly believe that America's diversity is one of our core strengths as a nation and also a competitive advantage. And so we've got to have a diplomatic workforce that looks like the country it represents, end quote. So if you're considering a career, I would say take the first step and apply. Follow us on social media, download our app, that's DOS Careers, reach out to your diplomat in residence, and read about us on careers.state.gov.
Thank you so much, Brian, for being with us today. This interview has been extremely important. So thank you again for taking the time to speak with us today. Grazie.
Grazie mille. Thank you, Hillary. To you and Fondazione Italia for this opportunity to share a little bit about myself and talk about a career with the U.S. Department of State. So grazie ancora e a presto.
Ciao, arrivederci.
Ciao.